And welcome back. Well, when Johnny Depp broke up with Winona Ryder, he changed his tattoo from Winona Forever to Wino Forever. And there are many reasons that people regret getting their tattoos: a relationship breakup, a career change, even just maturity.
Yeah, new technology can help you erase those bad decisions and move on. And joining us now to explain more is Dr. Deborah Manjoney, along with the Wisconsin Vein Center and MediSpa, along with Lisa Thomas, who's having a tattoo removed. So nice to have you ladies here.
Thank you
so much. I bet you hear, in some ways, the funniest stories when people come in and have tattoos that they maybe got when they were young, or maybe there's been a change in their life for whatever reason. I bet you hear some pretty interesting stories.
You do, and then there are some real mistakes that have been made at tattoo parlors. It's not what the person wanted to begin with.
Oh yeah.
And so then they're really distressed about it and want it to go away right away.
For sure.
Well, you think so often, you know, times people get that, especially in relationships, they get their name tattooed, or, you know, a ring tattooed, or whatever it is. So, like you said, I mean, there's a lot of reasons.
Many reasons.
Yeah. So, but the good news is that if you had one of those bad reasons or made one of those mistakes, there's something you can do about it. You can get rid of tattoos.
You can. No, it's not as easy as getting the tattoo. That's the thing that people do have to understand. It's going to be much more costly to get rid of the tattoo, and it's going to take a lot longer time, because it usually is several treatments, and they're laser treatments that we do using a very special type of laser that actually can explode the pigment underneath the skin. It's called a Q-switch laser, and we use 2 different wavelengths, and we have some fractionated laser we can clean up with, and we have intense pulse light. So we have lots of different techniques that we can use to get rid of the tattoos, but it's not easy on the person, and it's going to take a while.
And it takes several treatments.
Yes,
I think that's another important thing to remember. And I've heard before that certain colors in tattoos can be harder to remove than others, like yellow, for example, which you would think that's the lightest color, one of the lightest colors. I'm surprised that's so hard to remove.
Right, but part of it is because of the wavelength that it will absorb that is attracted to that color, so it's not going to be as easy. And part of it is because it's closest to the color of your skin.
Okay.
And so again, that makes it more difficult. Now, Lisa is actually one of our clinicians as well. She's my physician assistant, and so she does some of these treatments as well.
Okay, and now she's in the middle of having it done as well. Because you have a tattoo, we looked at it during the commercial break. It's on your upper arm, and it was sort of like a band, a thin, like very dark black band that looks sort of like barbed wire a little bit. Okay. When you got it, were you thinking this is a good idea? You like this?
Of course, yes.
What'd your mom say?
Oh, she did not like that at all. We all have little regrets.
Absolutely, yeah.
So how long did you have it? Why did you decide you didn't want it anymore?
You know, I got to a point where in my career where I was a little bit more professional, and back when I got it, a lot of shirts came down and covered it, so it was inconspicuous at many times, but now the styles are. And so if I go to a professional event, I feel a little bit self-conscious about it. And when we purchased the special wand to do that at the MediSpa, it seemed like a good idea to
try. And you've had 3 treatments so far?
I've actually had 4 treatments total. On the inner arm, I've had 3.
Okay, we have some before and after pictures, and this demonstrates what tattoos can look like after several treatments. All of the pictures that we have in terms of before and afters are after 3 treatments.
Right.
Okay, so 3 treatments is probably not even the minimum. Most people require at least 4.
Oh, they're going to require 4 or more.
Okay.
You know, sometimes 10, sometimes even 20 treatments, depending on what somebody started with, as far as there are lots of things. How old the tattoo is, because inks have changed, and so actually the inks today are a little bit easier to remove than the older inks.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it depends on what kind of pigment was used in the ink. Also, the colors of the tattoo make a difference. And so there are a lot of things that really can influence how quickly a tattoo can respond.
And the size. I mean, we have all seen people who, from like the neck down, and their
sleeves
whole body, sleeves, entire backs.
Right, and those are probably not going to be tattoos that somebody's going to want to get removed, because they have done these things for purposes. But little tattoos like this, or other tattoos that people do regret, as you say, you know, if they're a loved one at the time's name or something, can certainly be removed. Now, this is only after 3 treatments, and that was a very good response.
Oh, wow.
That person had.
Is that due to the ink as well, and
Probably
the
it
coloring?
had something to do with the ink and the color. The darker colors do respond most quickly to tattoo removal.
Okay. And again, that's after 3 treatments, as well as this one. This one looks like it might be a little bit harder to lift.
That's right, and it just depends. And now we usually have to have people wait anywhere from 6 to 12 weeks between treatments. We want to totally heal up in between. but it does work well.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. What is a compliant patient? You know, what do you need if you want to have a tattoo removed? What kinds of things do you have to know as a patient? Because the timing's important.
The timing is important. We like them. They have to know it's a minimum of 4 weeks till they have total healing. So they have to wait 6 to 8 weeks before they can have another treatment. And frequently it's 12 weeks. And certainly after the first treatment, we usually tell them to wait about 12 weeks so we can see how the response is and what the pigment's doing as it's coming to the surface and they're getting rid of it. But they don't, often these people who have had a tattoo treatment to remove the tattoo don't come back after 1 or 2 treatments. You know, it's expensive. It is a little bit painful. Now, we try to do everything we can to reduce that discomfort. We use a topical anesthetic first, and we also, for many people now, are injecting what we call a tumescent anesthesia, a very diluted anesthetic underneath the skin to make it a very comfortable procedure to try to get people to continue to come back to have it done.
Well, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to ask you, Lisa, is it more painful to get the tattoo or to have it removed, or is it similar?
It's very similar.
Okay.
My experience is the more multiple times you have it done, the lighter it is, the easier it is to tolerate.
Okay.
So, but it is very much like getting a tattoo. I mean, you go through the same exact healing process.
Right, you may have some scabbing. It doesn't mean you'll have scarring.
Yeah, and
that's always a possibility.
I hope you both don't mind me saying, you know, it's a good reason to think
twice.
Think twice before you get a tattoo, really, though. And I appreciate sharing that and kind of explaining that to people so you know what all is involved in removing it. Right now, you have a special offer for people who'd like to have a tattoo removed. It's 50% off the first treatment and 10% off each following treatment if you return within the prescribed length of time. So it's important to kind of follow the guidelines. Be a compliant patient, separate the treatments in the right amount of time, but to keep coming back so you get a good result.
Absolutely. And just to throw in, what we've always done is anybody who's had tattooing for radiation therapy for cancer, removal of those little dots is always free.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up. Repeat that again.
Anybody who's had tattooing for radiation therapy to map out that area, once they're finished the radiation, as long as they're oncologist degrees, they don't need anything further, we will remove those tattoos for free.
That's awesome. Wonderful. I love that. And you can reach the Wisconsin Vein Center and MediSpa by calling them at 262-746-9088 to make an appointment. They are located on Georgetown Drive in Pewaukee. Great people there. WIMedispa.com is the website. Again, WIMedispa.com. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks to both of you.
Nice to see you guys.